Hello and welcome to another fantasy football tournament series, number 65, and this is the Scam Call Cup. What the hell is this? Well, I've been thinking about this concept idea for a fantasy football vid for several months now, guys. And the reason for that is over the course of the last year, yours truly has been getting some strange international calls from scammers in countries all over the world. I Googled this a couple of months ago to figure out what was going on, and it turns out that in the last few years, many people all over the world have been getting calls from unidentifiable numbers with international country codes that they are not familiar with whatsoever. And I decided, you know what? Sounds like a hilarious concept. Let me go ahead and make a tournament out of it. So this is meant to be sort of a parody, a funny sort of vid, and it gives something fresher to the channel and to this series in general. We're now up to 65 of these things, and all the flags you see here are countries that I've received calls from. And the name of this scam is apparently called the Wangiri scam. The Wangiri scam, which is a Japanese term. I think it means like one ring or like one and done or something. Because what these guys do is they will call your phone and they'll only let the phone ring once, if not maybe just a few times, and then quickly hang up. And the reason they do this is to gouge your interest into seeing that you have a missed call to make you curious enough to dial back. When you dial back the number, you'll get an answer on the other end with somebody that is trying to prolong your stay online. They'll try to keep you on the phone as long as possible and distract you. And the reason they'll do this is because it'll eat up your international call minutes, it'll cost you more money, and somehow they get a piece of the pie from that. It's fucked up, but I guess some people in the world just have nothing better to do. So this is sort of an ode to them, sort of a mockery, just having this all in good fun. This is not meant to offend anybody viewing this video that is from any country that is participating in this fantasy tournament. Not at all. Not doing that at all. These are just some of the places in which I've received calls from. So this is not meant to be disrespectful or to be mocking of, India or Slovenia or Papua New Guinea or anything. It's just a new concept idea. So with that, let's get into this tournament. It is 3 groups of 4, just like yesterday's video. Top 2 teams from each group go through. The 2 best third place teams go through. You get the picture. And we have representatives here from all 6 confederations. Nice, evenly spread out. And the host nation I've gone with is China. China, yes. So let's go for the groups now. Group A is China, Nigeria, Lithuania, and Cuba. Group B is Brazil, Slovenia, India, and Chad. And Group C is Russia, Albania, Papua New Guinea, and Thailand. I have received calls from all, if not most, of each of these countries. Yes, Papua New Guinea is apparently a hot spot. I Googled this, and there's a lot of calls that come from there. Calls from other countries as well that are not featured in this tournament, such as Seychelles, and I think the most random isolated place I've ever gotten a call from was, believe it or not, Ascension Island. Yeah, Ascension Island, which I think is off the coast of Africa, and it's a territory of the UK. Not sure. But anyway, let's get into this tournament. So in Group A, the host nation China versus Nigeria, I've gone with a 4-2 victory for Nigeria. Lithuania versus Cuba, a 0-0 draw. Lithuania, along with other Baltic nations, are among the worst in the European continent. They got relegated to League D. Cuba themselves in a very healthy position to qualify for the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Behind Jamaica, Haiti, and Trinidad, they are probably the best team in the Caribbean. And they've had some recent success in Gold Cup history in the last few tournaments. So I'm going with a 0-0 draw here. Lithuania, much like their neighbors Latvia, they don't score very many goals. And I can see just Cuba bunkering down and getting that result. So 0-0 draw. Then we have China versus Lithuania. And we got Cuba versus Nigeria. China versus Lithuania, I'm going with a 1-1 draw. And Cuba versus Nigeria, a 3-0 victory for the Super Eagles. Nigeria versus Lithuania and Cuba versus China. 2 victories here by the same scoreline for Nigeria and China, 2-1. So Nigeria 2-1 over Lithuania, China 2-1 over Cuba. So Nigeria wins this group comfortably with 9 points from 3 wins. If they don't win this group, there's something awfully wrong. China, the host nation, comes in second with 4 points, so sort of a distant second. Lithuania comes in third with 2 points. They got 2 draws from their 3 games, and Cuba in last with 1 point. So Cuba's out. Nigeria and China are through. Lithuania has to play the waiting game. Moving on to Group B, Brazil versus Slovenia and India versus Chad. Slovenia to take the 1-0 lead into halftime over Brazil. Brazil to score 3 in the second half to win the match 3-1. India versus Chad. A 2-1 win for the 2019 AFC Asian Cup participants. India over one of the weaker sides in Europe. Central African, one of the weaker sides in Africa, Chad. So 2-1 win for India over Chad. Brazil versus India. Oh my God. I'm gonna go with an 8-0 victory for Brazil. Sorry, 8-0. And then Chad versus Slovenia, I'm going to go with a 4-0 victory for Slovenia. Slovenia versus India, I'm going to go with a 3-1 victory for India. Slovenia is very much... 3-1 win for Slovenia, excuse me. Slovenia very much the better team. However, they're in a bit of a rut lately. India's improved a little bit, so I don't think it'll be a slaughter, but it should still be a comfortable win for Slovenia. So 3-1 for Slovenia over India. Then Chad versus Brazil. I'm going to go with a 5-0 victory for Brazil. Brazil steamrolling, curb stomping this group. 9 points for Brazil. Slovenia in second with 6 points. India in third with 3 points. Chad in last with 0 points. Chad is out. But because India finished with 3 points to Lithuania from Group A's 2 points, hey, India go through. India goes through to the next round. Group C, we have Russia versus Albania. A 1-1 draw. Yes, 1-1 draw. And Papua New Guinea versus Thailand. I've gone with a 3-1 victory for Thailand. Russia versus Papua New Guinea. I'm gone with a let's see. I'll say a 6-0 victory for Russia. Then Thailand versus Albania. I'm going with Thailand to get a draw here. Yes, a very much so improved Asian side. I'm going with a 0-0 draw. I think it'll be 0-0. Albania versus Papua New Guinea. I've gone with a 4-0 victory for Albania, and Thailand versus Russia, a 3-1 win for Russia. So Russia wins the group on 7 points. 7 points for Russia. Albania comes in second with 5 points. Thailand comes in third with 4 points. Papua New Guinea in last with 0 points. Papua New Guinea are out. Thailand advances one of the best third place teams. So them and India go through. Lithuania is out. So let's get to the quarterfinals. So moving on to the quarterfinals, we have China versus Albania, Brazil versus Thailand, Nigeria versus Slovenia, and Russia versus India. China, the host nation, versus Albania. I'm going with a victory for Albania here. Yeah, a 1-0 victory for Albania over China. China will fight hard, but it's just too much for China. So Albania is going to the semifinals. Brazil versus Thailand. I'm going to say a 4. Yeah, let's say a 4-0 victory for Brazil. Brazil is just dominating this competition. Jesus Christ. Nigeria versus Slovenia. This will be a competitive match. I do favor the Super Eagles, though. I'll say that Nigeria wins this game 3-2. Quite possibly the best game of the tournament, maybe. 3-2 for Nigeria over Slovenia. Russia versus India. Yeah, India did very well getting here to the quarterfinals as one of the best third place teams. But it's too much, right? So Russia will win this match 4-0. You know what? I'll say 4-1. So let's go on to the semifinals. So in our semifinals, we have Albania versus Brazil and Nigeria versus Russia. So this is going to be Brazil's first real competitive game. And I could see Albania putting up a spirited defense. However, Brazil will win this match, and they'll win this match to... I'll say 2-0. I don't think there's going to be any domination, really. Well, I mean, the flow of play will probably be dominating, but the scoreline shouldn't be so miserable for Albania. 2-0 for Brazil here. And then Nigeria versus Russia. I'm going to say a 2-1 victory for Russia here. The 2018 World Cup hosts will get to the final. Third place between Albania and Nigeria. Okay, Albania and Nigeria. I have a 1-1 draw after 90 minutes, a 1-1 draw after 120 minutes. I've got Nigeria winning on penalties with Victor Moses to score the winner for the Super Eagles. So Albania to finish in 4th in this tournament. Nigeria to finish in 3rd. And then the final is Brazil versus Russia. So we have another competitive game for Brazil. I'm going with a 1-0 victory for Brazil. 1-0. I doubt Brazil would send their A team to this a kind of tournament like this, but Brazil is still Brazil, and they should win this tournament. So it's a 1-0 over Russia in the final. And en route to the final, Brazil only concedes a single goal, and that was in the first match of Group B versus Slovenia. So what does that say? So Brazil wins it. Russia comes in second. Brazil wins the Scam Call Cup. So Brazil in first, Russia second, Nigeria third, Albania in fourth. Brazil actually wins all of their games, and I just counted. They score 23 goals in this tournament and concede 1. That is monstrous. But, they came up against sides like Chad and India and Thailand. But it is what it is. So Brazil wins this tournament. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow or in the coming days, God willing. Have a good night, guys. Much love. Peace out.